An FDA committee is meeting to discuss an emergency use authorization for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. I'm Laura Moritz. Pfizer officials say they saw no serious allergic reactions among its 44,000 clinical trial volunteers. 2 British healthcare workers did have allergic reactions after receiving the vaccine on Tuesday. If it is approved, people in Kansas and Missouri could start receiving the vaccines within days. But security experts say scammers and hackers are already targeting the supply chain. Investigative reporter Matt Fleener has the story.
This is probably the most valuable ounce or 2 ounces of liquid in the world.
And the COVID-19 vaccines are already the target of scammers or hackers. Security experts like Haywood Talcove of LexisNexis Risk Solutions are trying to prevent you from becoming a victim.
Can you imagine if a bad actor was able to impact the supply chain of that vaccine and all the first responders got it and the vaccine wasn't safe?
Talcove says foreign enemies could get a hold of computer systems that control just how cold vaccines are stored to sow distrust, or could target online logistics to bring the vaccines to Kansas and Missouri.
And so the efforts by our law enforcement agencies nationwide have increased.
Kansas Senator Jerry Moran telling KMBC on Thursday online intrusions have already happened in Kansas, targeting distribution. So where the vaccines are stored is a closely held secret.
You will notice that there's a few things happening in Kansas about location that are not being made public due to security concerns.
Security experts also warn about scams promising early access to a vaccine from doctors that are not reputable.
What I'm going to do is when my number comes up, and I'm going to go to my doctor who I've had for decades, and I feel very comfortable that he's got that process correct.
Talcove says call your doctor or a reputable pharmacy like Walgreens or CVS. Don't go to anyone you don't trust. Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
We reached out to Senator Moran's office for more detail about any online hacking here in Kansas, and we are waiting to hear back. Truman Medical Centers is ready to distribute the vaccine once it arrives. Frontline health workers will be among the first people to get vaccinated. The goal is to prevent staffing shortages during these crucial winter months. Truman expects a very limited number of initial doses. There won't be enough to protect its entire medical team. The CEO is stressing other prevention measures during the holidays.
Be safe, continue to wear the mask right now, take the holidays very seriously in how you do that. But the vaccine is truly a bright shining light of where our future is going to be, and we will get through this.
Missouri expects to get 339,000 doses this month. In Kansas, it's 150,000. There won't be an exact timeline before a vaccine gets approved. We want to add some perspective about the surge in cases and deaths right now. According to the COVID Tracking Project, there have been more than 10,000 COVID deaths in the past 6 days. That death toll is more than the combined death tolls of Hurricanes Maria and Katrina, plus September 11th and Pearl Harbor. One group that's been impacted by the most by the pandemic has been long-term care residents. They make up less than 1% of the U.S. population, but they account for 39% of COVID deaths. Those residents will be among the first to get a vaccine once it's approved. Midwest Health owns several long-term care facilities in our area. KMBC 9's Emily Hallwick spoke with them about how the vaccine is bringing hope to residents who have been feeling isolated since March.
It's been 9 months since many residents in assisted living have seen family members in person.
Some of their grandchildren have probably grown a foot since they've seen them last.
Nursing homes have worked to keep residents physically safe during the pandemic, but the mental toll of isolation can't be ignored.
You cannot have a fully healthy person with, any kind of emotional issues or any kind of distress there.
Midwest Health operates several long-term care facilities in Johnson County, Kansas. They've tried to keep residents connected.
We've done what we can with FaceTime and Zoom and window visits and drive-by parades.
They're hopeful a vaccine on the horizon will give residents new optimism.
But it's a huge step forward, and it puts an endpoint on this period where people have been so stressed and so concerned.
They're working with CVS to administer the vaccine at their facilities, likely by early January.
And hopefully by March, we're having a conversation about, okay, this has been effective and let's start to change things.
Residents and staff are looking forward to the eventual reunions the vaccine could bring.
There is no substitute for being able to hug a friend or family member.
Emily Hallwick, KMBC 9 News.
And Midwest Health cannot require residents and staff to get vaccinated, but will strongly encourage it. There's another stalemate over a $900 billion COVID relief package. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he sees no path to an agreement. Here's the hangup. Republicans want a liability shield for companies facing potential COVID-19 lawsuits. Democrats want $160 billion in state and local funds. No proposal includes a second round of direct payments. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley told our Michael Mahoney today a relief bill should start with stimulus checks.
I've heard these negotiators say, oh, we just don't have the money. I mean, we just, we can't find the funds. I mean, really? You've got a lot of money to give away to government and you got a lot of money to give away to big business, but you don't have anything for working families? Like they're going to be last? They're going to get nothing? That's insane.
Hawley's office offered the interview opportunity, but they had no control over the questions. It's been 258 days since checks went out to Americans. The pandemic has caused another local restaurant to close. LaFoon's Frontier Restaurant in Kansas City, Kansas will shut down. The owners say the decision is based on the pandemic as well as the cost of maintaining the building. The restaurant was founded in 1960. There will be an auction this weekend for restaurant artwork and equipment. Independence has new COVID restrictions. Restaurants and bars will be allowed to serve food and drink between 5 a.m. and midnight. Capacity is limited to 50%. Violators could face a reduced curfew or even lose utilities.